or group planning that you need to do besides transitions are huddle groups. So if you look, just close my notes. Awesome. If you look into huddle groups, your huddle groups are your small groups. Each team will have a set number of huddle groups based on the number of kids, staff there are. So if there are 4 staff, there are 3 huddle groups. If there are 3 staff, there's 2 huddle groups. We do it that way so then one person can kind of rotate free, if that makes sense, because someone's always going to have to be talking to a parent or talking to one of us. So, huddle groups, when you look into the schedule, are used right away in the morning around 8:30. You will eat snack as a huddle group. This is your time to be you. Everybody wants to be in your group because you're awesome. Why are you awesome? Because you eat hard-boiled eggs or ramen noodles that are not cooked or steamed. You are awesome because you do different activities with them and you get to know them and build relationships. Yes?
What about the staff member that shows up at 9? Where would their whole group just like spread them out? Or?
And that's part of what we have to figure out. So if at that time there's 4 or 3, we'll figure that we need to adjust when huddle group time is according to that if we need to. So let's take a look at that. Site directors will sit down and talk about that when it comes time to making sure that the huddle groups are active and functioning. So during that huddle groups, you're going to eat snack. You're going to put sunscreen on. It's your responsibility to go over what the schedule is for the day. You need to know your kids. If you have a student in your group that has a diagnosis that would benefit from a visual schedule, then you're the one that has the visual schedule. So then that's what you're going to go over with your kids and you're going to show them this is what we're going on. Most students, if they need a visual schedule, they need you to change that schedule visually and say, actually it's a rain day, so let's talk about what the schedule is going to be. And you cross that off and you write in there. Sometimes if you give that child's responsibilities to keep that visual schedule, that's what's going to help them. That's going to help them deal with any changes and make your transitions already 10 times smoother. So know your group of kids because that's what's going on. You also need to know if there's any medical, if there's any allergies or any medication or anything that you need to give. So then you'll go through the schedule for the day. On Mondays, you're going to want to do some sort of get to know you activity. So then they get to know what's going on. You're going to go through what the rules and guidelines of the team or the site that you're at and what to do like when you go there. And then you're building those relationships and doing positive reinforcement. Remember, we were doing core value coupons. How many core value coupons do we want to get out of this group? How many should we have? I have 10 in my pocket. Who's going to get them? And then you're going to get them pumped up about core value coupons. How do you earn them? Can you ask for a core value coupon? No. Can you ask to give one to someone else? Yes. So talk about a little bit about what the core value coupons, positive reinforcement, getting you to recognize those things. Making sure that you're making eye contact with all of your kids in your group. You have a group of 8 that are in a group of 30. We need to make sure that group of every single kid makes eye contact with our staff at some point. And someone is watching to make sure that they're okay every day. That's your job, is to make sure your group is okay every day. And then tracking, bottom line is for state licensing, we have to know where they are. So you guys will have clothespins or however you choose to track, but those are your 8 at that time to make sure that you have at all times. So instead of having a line of 36 kids that have to get to your next meeting or your next transition, you're going to be like, I'm going to line up my 8, we're ready to go, and you're going to be at the door, and you're going to be like, Susie, Johnny, George, and you have them all, you have your 8, you know that we're okay because you have your 8. And then someone else has their 7, and someone else has their 8, and all the way up to the total number, and it makes roster check faster because you know who you're supposed to have. So you see where the benefit is for tracking to keep that. So then also passports, which we'll talk a little bit about here. Passports is like your week yearbook. In there, you're going to talk about it, you're going to take a look at it. The first one might be like, what's your goal for today? What do you want to try? Oh, we're going to this park. How many of you guys are going to do this today? Getting the kids to think intentional. Oh, we're going to be doing Frisbee golf today. Who's gonna try it? Oh, write that down. And you're gonna talk about that. So using those passports as ways to kind of communicate and talk to the kids about what's going on. And then group traditions. We made our name, when I ran my huddle group, I made my own name, so we were our own group. So then anytime that we had someone new, our group happened to be a word with the first letter of all of our names. So then if we added someone new, then we had to rearrange the letters and figure it out, and then we had this flag and da-da-da-da. Code words, camp names, your story, the things that kind of make things camp, your traditions, what's yours? What's your deal? Cheese ball. Carrot, where are you? Do you know what I'm saying? Who and what is your thing? What's your thing? What's your traditions? So, you're going to have to make this very conscious at first. So that's why I gave you this list here. This is your plan. You're going to have this on a piece of paper for the first 2 weeks in order to at least make this until it becomes routine. So, daily check-in. That means I'm looking at my group of 8 kids every day. I can tell what's going on with everyone every day that I make eye contact with them. Then I know I gotta go talk to him over there because he's kind of feeling off today. I know I need to touch base with him because his mom mentioned something. Do you know what I'm saying? So then I'm looking at them all. You don't look like you feel well. Are you okay? Like, I can do those types of things because I'm checking in with them. That's what it means by check in. It means observe, see if they're feeling okay, get your gauge on them. Feel out your 8 kids. Then you're gonna make sure that they do snack, you're gonna make sure they do sunscreen, and then you're gonna go over the schedule. That's every day. Then you need to make your plan. Mondays, I'm gonna review the theme. This week it's vets. We're so excited. Does anyone have parents work with animals? Blah, blah, blah. Then you're gonna do a get to know you game and maybe create your own group handshake. I don't know, make your tradition. Tuesday, review the trivia, because if you answer the trivia questions correctly, your group gets to eat cookout first at All Food Friday. Do they know each other's names? What's her name? What's her name? Do you know each other's name? And then Wednesday, review the goal by the end of the week. Check in the passports. Who hasn't gotten any core value coupons? Does anyone know if anyone should get core value coupons? So that's what you're going to talk about on Wednesday. Thursday, follow up on the goals. What's the plan for Friday? Because you're all doing something different on Friday. The field trip, woo! All Camp Friday, yeah! Do you think we're going to get the walking stick this week? Absolutely! Pump them up. And then Friday, it's the autographs on the passports. It's writing the warm fuzzies on those passports. Like, so then maybe Friday morning when you're driving away, you're in your bus seat writing in little notes. Hey, it was great to spend time with you this week. Hey, good luck this weekend. And writing out little notes to your campers on those passports. So then you have to make this conscious. This is not going to occur to you on the bus when you're exhausted after swimming. You need to make this conscious, so you need to make your plan. So, what I have for you is, the next page after that plan is, each week we kind of try to focus on an area. The first week we try to focus on friendship. The second week we try to focus on teamwork, so on and so forth. We have our general theme, but it's nice to have an area of focus. So then these are the area focuses. So if you're gonna do a get to know you game or an activity with your group, do it on this area. How can you increase friendship within your group? How can you do a teamwork? So maybe you do a STEM activity with your group. Do you know what I'm saying? So these are your areas of focus. So knowing that, here are examples of relationship games that YB would say. Here's information on Camp Passport. Here's camp name ideas. Take a look at some of this and take the next 10 to 15 minutes and look at the example that I gave you for a plan. What do you like? How would you rearrange it? What's your plan for your huddle group when you do it? So make your plan. Your tentative, pilot this, think about it. My first instinct plan. So take the next 15 minutes and then look at ideas for what that means. What kind of tradition do you want? What kind of relationship builder game do you want to play that first week? Make your plan.